Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who are new, my name is Natalie and I run a stationery shop called Doodlesntea. Yes, I can finally say that it is a stationery shop and not just an art print and sticker shop because we finally released washi tape! Yes! It's so exciting and totally not the topic of this video, but if you guys are curious and want to kind of learn about the whole process of making washi tape, from designing them to manufacturing them and kind of what to ask your manufacturer, leave it in the comments below and I will definitely do a video on that in the future. But that is not the topic of this video. Today's video is actually a suggestion that I got from a lot of you guys, kind of talking about the cost and what I use to run the sticker shop portion of my shop, which is honestly like 90% of my shop. So if you guys are interested in videos like this, remember to subscribe for more in the future and to hit the like for this video as well because that helps me a lot. So just some things to get out of the way before we start and some things to keep in mind while we go through this video is that number one, all of the costs that I will be mentioning in this video are in Canadian dollars unless stated otherwise, and all of these prices are before shipping. It's just because shipping prices is going to be different depending on where you live, so it could be more or it could be less, so I just decided to leave that out of this video. Also, the second thing is that you do not need all of this stuff when you are starting out. There will be a few things that I mentioned in the video that are kind of cheaper alternatives for you guys as well. And yeah, please do not feel like you need all of this stuff while you start. You definitely do not need everything. And with that, let us get started with this video. So the first thing I want to talk about are the tools and big machines that I have to run the sticker shop. So the printer that I have is the Epson XP-960. This is an all-in-one printer and it prints absolutely great quality for art prints and my stickers as well. I actually heard about this printer through Catnip because this is the one that she uses for her art prints, but of course I do not have the money to designate a printer for art prints and a printer for stickers, so I just use this printer for both and it works completely fine. I did get my printer refurbished and it's actually just sitting behind the camera, which is why I'm looking there, but I got it refurbished, so it's not new. But because it was refurbished, I got it for, I believe it was $200. And the original price of it, if it was new, was $400, which I saved like pretty much half of the price. So I highly recommend looking at refurbished products, especially if they're really expensive electronics. But of course you will run into the risk of it not being new, it's been fixed, so it's kind of up to you to decide if you want to take that risk. Personally, I have had this printer for around 9 months now, I believe, and it's never failed me, nothing's wrong with it, so I think it was a good deal. And the other most important part of my sticker shop is my Cricut. I have the Cricut Explore Air 2, and I have a love-hate relationship with the Cricut because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and when I mean it doesn't work is like it either does not cut a line on the sticker sheet or it doesn't read the sensor lines, but it's very hit or miss when it does, and I've kind of found solutions around it, but I've heard other people also have those issues and some people just never have those issues, so I think I just got unlucky, but it definitely saves a lot of time when cutting stickers. Now you guys do not need to get the Cricut right off the bat because the Cricut costs around $260, which is a lot of money. Honestly, you could just grab a pair of scissors and hand cut them yourself. It's just a bit more time consuming, but at the same time you're gonna save like $260. I've also heard that a lot of people use the Silhouette cutter. I think it's called the Silhouette Cameo cutter. I personally do not know anyone who has it or uses it, but I know a lot of other sticker shops also use that as well, so maybe that's something for you guys to check out. Okay, next is designing the sticker sheet. I design all of my sticker sheets using the iPad 6th Gen, which is the 9.7 inch iPad. This iPad retails for around $530 still, which is still a lot, but it's a lot cheaper than getting the iPad Pro. In my case, I actually got the iPad passed down to me from my dad because he wanted to go back to using Samsung tablets. So I didn't have to pay for this iPad, but I did consider at first trading it in at the Apple Store to get an iPad Pro. But when I found out how much I'd still have to pay to get the iPad Pro, I was just like, yeah, no, it's not worth it, especially starting out. So I just kind of used the iPad as it was, and it was fine. Like, I got used to the fact that there's a smaller screen and you really don't need that big of a screen. So if you guys want to get an iPad that is compatible with the Apple Pen, but you don't want to pay like $1,000 for the iPad Pro, I would highly recommend looking at the 6th gen iPad. And like I mentioned, you will need the Apple Pencil, and the 1st gen Apple Pencil is compatible with the 6th gen iPad, and that currently retails for $130. Something to keep in mind, especially now that it's August, I believe Apple does back to school sales, although now with the situation of the world, I don't know if they're still doing back to school sales, but it's still something worth checking out right now if you guys want to save a bit of money on Apple products. As for actually drawing my designs on the sticker sheet, I use the app Procreate, which is $14 on the App Store, and I think it's honestly worth it. It's worth every bit of the money. Procreate has a ton of brushes for you guys to choose from, and you guys can also buy or download other brushes to add into the app as well. So I think it is well worth your money to invest into that. Besides Procreate, I also have the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, which is $31 a month. I believe you can also get it cheaper if you are a student, but because I am not anymore, I pay $31 a month for the subscription. I use Photoshop to organize all of my sticker sheets, which I mentioned in my How I Make My Sticker Sheets video, which I'll leave in the cards up here for you guys to check out. I also use Adobe Illustrator sometimes to design some of my art prints, but not as much as before. And I also use Premiere Pro to edit my YouTube videos. So personally for me, it's worth the $31 a month, but I do believe that there is a cheaper bundle or subscription if you just want Photoshop. I believe you can get Photoshop and Lightroom and like some portfolio space that Adobe gives you for $10 a month, which is a lot cheaper if you mainly just want Photoshop. Okay, next category is materials, and for my sticker paper, I use it from Online Labels. Online Labels has a ton of sticker paper for you guys to choose from, and I personally use the white gloss ones. For the white gloss sticker paper, it is 115 USD for 250 sheets, so it's decently priced. Of course, for us being in Canada, the shipping price is a bit much, but overall, I think it's still one of the best sticker paper that I have tried. Also, I just learned this like a month ago, but you can actually order free samples on Online Labels, and they will ship it to you for free too. You can choose like 1 to 3 sheets of any kind of their sticker paper and they'll send it to you, which would have been really helpful when I tried their clear paper and it did not work. So I would highly recommend you guys try out getting some free samples since they offer it anyways. As for the ink for my printer, the Epson XP-960 actually has 6 ink cartridges, so it's a lot more pricey than I guess your regular printers. The total for all 6 inks in the small size is $145, which is quite a bit, but I don't have to refill the ink until like maybe 4 or 5 months, depending on which colors are being used more than the others. So I have this paper cutter from Michaels. I use this paper cutter because based off some of the designs that I use, I can't program the Cricut to cut it out for me, so I have to use this to cut them out. I got this for I believe $35, and I used a coupon as well. So I think the original price of this was probably $40 something. As for the Cricut mats, I just use the standard mats. It's the green one, and the only reason why I use the standard one is because it's the only one that gives you 2 mats for $20, and all the other ones are $20 for 1 mat, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous. So this is just my budgeting mindset kicking in of getting the standard one for 2 for $20. As for photography, I have the Canon G7X Mark II, which is actually what I am recording this video with. And I do not really use this camera for my product shots anymore. I mainly got this camera for YouTube, so you guys do not need to get a camera just for taking product shots, but I thought I would mention it anyways. I got this camera used online, yes, and it was $500, I think. It was either $500 or $550, but I think it was $500. For the most part, I would just recommend you guys to use your phones to take all your photos for your product shots, because some of you guys might be watching this video on your phone, and phone camera quality is honestly pretty good these days, so I just recommend using what you have and just sticking with your phone. Now, shipping. A couple months ago, I did a video about Etsy 101, like everything to do with shipping on Etsy, and that video has gotten a lot of comments, so thank you guys so much if you guys watch that video. I'll leave it in the cards if you guys are curious, but I got a ton of questions about what I actually use to ship out my materials and my stickers, so I thought I would mention that right now. So first thing is the envelopes. These are the envelopes that I use. They're just simple craft envelopes that are 6 inches by 9 inches. I haven't had a problem with these. I've tried the Amazon Basics one, and this one is the Quality Park one. I just like that the self-adhesive is a lot thicker than the Amazon one, so it does seal it a bit stronger. The ones that I have right now from Quality Park are $27 for 100 envelopes. I also put all of my stickers in eco-friendly clear bags just to protect them if wherever they are at it starts raining and the envelope just can't hold up. At least I have a clear bag to protect them. So the ones that I got are $26 for 200 clear bags. They are a bit more expensive than other ones on the website, but that is just because they are eco-friendly and they're plant-based and compostable. So I also include my business card in every order, and I ordered 500 and the total came to $56. I originally ordered this many because I was supposed to go to a concert and I was gonna hand out freebies, but because of how the world is now, it got canceled, so now I got a lot of business cards. So I think I have enough for like the next year. The price is a bit more expensive than other business cards simply because I wanted the corners to be rounded and I wanted it on recyclable paper, so that's why it costs a bit more than the other cards. Another thing is a PO box, and this is really important because now that I have left Etsy and I'm on Shopify now, Shopify actually requires an address that is included in all the invoices sent to customers. And in order for people to not figure out where I live, this was a really important thing that I had to purchase. So the PO box that I have is the smallest size, and I pay $127 for 6 months for the PO box. I use this PO box mainly for all of returns if needed, and I also use it for all of my shop swaps that I do with other people. So everything that I order from them or orders from other shops in general will all go to my PO box. Now, another question that I got a lot in my shipping video was about stamps and if I pre-purchase any of my stamps. Now, I want to say that I only know how it works kind of in Canada, so I'm sorry if you guys live outside of Canada. I'm not sure for anywhere outside, but for me, I only started purchasing some stamps to keep at home, mainly because for me, if I was to mail out my orders, I have to walk all the way to my post office anyways, and for me, since I have to go there anyways, I might as well just buy the stamps how many I need for the orders that I have right in that moment. Although I do know that it is cheaper to purchase stamps prior to going there, so in the future I might start just buying stamps and keeping them at home because I'm starting to figure out how much each package weighs as well. So yeah, that's everything that I use, all of the tools and equipment that I really use for running my sticker shop. Again, I just want to stress how important it is that you do not need all of this when you first start out. These are all investments that you will make throughout your journey when you have the finances for it, so please don't go blowing like $2,000 on your shop right when you're starting out. Do not do that, you don't need it. But I hope you guys found this video helpful and gave you guys a bit of insight on what I use. I will try my best to find a link to everything that I have, and I'll leave it in the description box for you guys as well. If you guys have any more recommendations or suggestions on what videos you guys want me to make, please leave it in the comments as well. I love to hear what you guys want me to do. It really helps me out actually. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!